Vinegar Syndrome Labs number 3 is The Cat Creeps, a 58-minute film from 1946 that is definitely more whodunit than horror. But the horror aspects are really kind of fun and playful, and the whodunit is fairly solid, although a little bit wobbly to start with. At the start of this one, we meet a journalist, a character whom I really enjoyed. He's a little bit sardonic, he's very quick-witted, he plays things for laughs a lot, trying to bring down the defences of people by doing that.
My, the health situation's improving.
Did someone hit you over the head, or are you drunk?
Definitely a blow on the head.
He's tasked by his newspaper to bring down a Senate candidate. At first he's kind of reluctant, but then when someone else is going to get the job, he eventually takes it. And quickly we discover that this turns out to be his girlfriend's father. He's taken the job so that somebody's not just slinging dirt his way, but trying to figure out the truth of a situation, a murder that happened several years prior. And we watch our character as he follows the senator, sees him at a pier, decides to ambush him and jump on the boat, and joins a group of people as they head towards a small island where a house is, a house where the murder was done years ago. And we have a group of people at a rather spooky looking house who end up isolated there with all kinds of goings on as we try to discover the mystery of what happened to that murder.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Well, what are you doing here?
Well, temporarily, let's call it a double-double cross.
And to be honest, it's almost pedestrian at times. It's a really easy watch at 57 minutes. It kind of zips by. It doesn't do anything fantastic. It doesn't do anything poor that detracts from it. It's just a solid film with great performances and some nice ideas amongst it. I mentioned before that it's not really horror, but it has horror elements. From the location, the spooky mansion, this island at night, the fact that they are stranded and unsure what's going on, the idea that someone who has died has been reincarnated as a cat, as one of our characters keeps reiterating throughout this, as this cat slinks around the house.
Within this cat is the spirit of my friend Mrs. Williams.
The way the film plays with shadows is really well done and adds that spooky element to it. At its heart, it is just a whodunit, but these kind of elements elevate it ever so slightly. It's not a film that ever goes above just good. Sometimes just good is enough, especially when it's 57 minutes and you want something quick to throw on and enjoy. Like I said, I loved a lot of the characters, some of the more aggressive ones, like the businessman that just wants to get things done. The constant accusations were pretty great as he throws a few. There's other characters in here as well that get accusations thrown at them. This isn't one of those ones where people just kind of sit back and let the mystery unfold. They're trying to get to the heart of it, because there's a MacGuffin at the heart of this one as well. There's a bunch of money hidden somewhere in this house which people have to try and figure out.
First the old lady, then Miss Palmer, now Grady.
3 down, 5 to go.
I loved the kind of relationship between our journalist and the senator's daughter and how that kind of evolves throughout it, and it just kind of washes over you. It's an easy film to sit down and enjoy with those horror elements, with a good whodunit story. It's one that's easy to watch. A little bit shaky, wobbly at the start of it as it finds its footing, but once we hit the island, everything kind of clicks into place and we get a more familiar ground, a more comforting ground, and something that's easy to settle in and try and figure out the mystery yourself. I'd love to know your thoughts on The Cat Creeps. If you've seen it, if you picked this one up, whether you enjoyed it. If you didn't, let me know in the comment box below. There is more content up here. We can see more of my stuff. There are in the description box below are links to the Patreon, the membership program, manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.